time I refer to David Whitwell, it will be you. But with the Poulenc Trio, I go way back to guys like David Jolly, French horn player, Chris Gecker. That was one of the pieces that brought me into classical chamber music area. There are two major pieces for trombone players on big arena chamber music festivals. One is L'Histoire du Soldat, the Igor Stravinsky piece, and the other is the Poulenc Trio. That seems to be a big concert hall fave for trombone players. And so I used that piece and played that piece a lot. I played it for 3 trombones. I played it in its original format for French horn and trombone and trumpet. And now with tuba, tenor trombone, and bass trombone, which really sounds blankety-blank good. So I think one of the keys to my success is obscurity. There's a lot of good success in obscurity because you can take chances. Because I want to help and love David Whitwell, I'll get into categorization, but I really have run my career avoiding categorization. That's why my recordings really aren't classical orchestral trombone successful. Those guys can probably sell a couple of CDs enough to pay them back for the exercise, but I've never entered that thing. How would I categorize this? I would categorize this as going totally across the board with very well accepted chamber music pieces with a twist, virtuosic showing orchestral concerto, and stretching with a real deal jazz group as a featured soloist. So how could I categorize that? When I was at Juilliard, Martha Carter, I took classes with Berio. He was teaching at Juilliard, and we were doing all the contemporary composers of his time. I really don't remember the subject matter that he was talking about, but I do remember he was always laughing and having a good time with the idiom. And he was having a good time talking about all the qualities, the negatives and positives of his colleagues and their music. So it was with joy that I left that class. I had his piece on my shelf for 30 years or 20 years, that's Sequenza, the trombone, which is an iconic piece. But I got called for a gig at the Hunter College Contemporary Music Series. So not being one to turn down an opportunity, I learned the piece. My improvisation, if I would say how did that piece affect my improvisation, it was a door opener that maybe contemporary musicians understood where my improvisation was coming from.